United States military members, they come from all walks of life. All this week, we've been sharing the stories of veterans who served our country, then went on to have successful careers in construction and agriculture. Today, we meet a man who comes from a family with deep military roots. He continued that tradition by serving in the Marines for over 20 years, retiring with the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 4. So here he is, in his own words, Chris Saucedo.
My father and uncle were both Vietnam vets, Air Force. My grandfather was a pilot during World War II, flew what they call the hump, which is China, Burma, India. My other grandfather was a draftee and was in coastal artillery in the Army. So I just kind of felt like it was part of the way I grew up. And, like you said, I needed a way to pay for college. So my dad was a warehouseman and my mom was a nurse, and I wanted to go to school, but I knew that if I wanted to do that, I had to figure out a way to do it myself. I signed my contract July 29th of 1988, just after graduating from high school. So my recruit training was at Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego. I did my follow-on training in Camp Pendleton, and then between my sophomore and junior year, I went to training in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. When I got there, I thought I was going to combat engineer basic course, and they said, no, we're going to train you as a heavy equipment operator. There was a push to, for me personally, to grow rank and to achieve offices inside, the fraternity. And to do so, you had to maintain academic standards, and of course, the military side, you had your fitness standards to maintain, your weapons proficiency, all these things. So we had to do all the same things that our active duty counterparts have all the time in the world to train for. We just did it, on the weekends. So a lot of times my buddies would be going out for a party or for a dance or for whatever, and I'd be going the other way and, laying on the cold ground in a machine gun position or pushing up dirt and saying, why am I here? But when I graduated and I didn't have any student debt and I got to work in this field, it was all worth it. Particularly in the Marine Corps, the need to improvise to do more with less created a lot of natural curiosities for me, not only professionally in the corporate world, but also in the military world. So even though I was a heavy equipment operator, as I picked up more responsibility, I had supervisory responsibility for all kinds of different areas: administration, warehousing, logistics, all these different things. And in order to lead, you kind of have to know what these people do. So you found yourself getting into different areas. And I see that reflected now, 30 years in the industry. And I still bill myself as a utility player. I've done sales and marketing, I've done service, I've done manufacturing, I've done finance, I've done marketing, so I've done all these different areas. Whereas a lot of times colleagues, they tend to be stovepiped. So they come up through the sales organization, or they come up through marketing or product, or they're operations people or whatever. So I think that early influence of the Marine Corps in particular being so small and having to learn different things certainly shaped the way that I approached my corporate experiences as well, because it is a different world. There's also a bit of a misnomer from my perspective. A lot of people think that if you're in the military, you're an ottoman, right? You just take your orders and you just go forward. The reality is that you have a lot of autonomy. You're given a lot of, especially as you increase in rank, to do things and make your own decisions, and to actually share those decisions with others. We have to learn to follow before we can lead. So be coachable and understand that there are different dynamics here. It's not about being a yes person or a no person. It's about having the courage to explore things. So people that are hiring military people should know, one, you have a higher percentage of getting a bad egg from probably the civilian side, an unknown quantum, and the person that you get is going to come with a set of skills that you can then mold, and they're very moldable, especially when they first transition out.